Hey everyone, what is going on? I think we are streaming live. Let me check my LinkedIn real quick. That's the one where I can't post comments to it, so I have to bring it up on my phone. All right, if you're hopping on YouTube, throw me a quick message in the chat. Sit here. Is my music playing? No, of course it's not. Silly thing. Let's add that to the stage. Nope. All right. This StreamYard thing is tricky, folks. Tricky, tricky, tricky. All right. Now, hopefully everybody's having a good day. Look at that. We are live. There's a Fred Lardero comment, but that's from the other day. All right. Anyway, I can see your comments come in on StreamYard. This is my StreamYard over here, but I can't respond to them. Why? Don't know. StreamYard things. But I can see them on my phone. So I'll keep the phone right here. Looks like we got 4 people on LinkedIn. What up, 4 friends? All right, let's get rid of that since it's not doing anything anyway. Quiet now, phone. All right, so I will see comments come in on. Never mind. I'm going to stop talking to the problem here. Okay. All right. So welcome everybody. I got set up for like different events here, so my camera's over here, and then I'm seeing myself over here. Welcome everybody. We're going to do a fun and quick little event tonight. So I got this bad Larry right here. You can see only a couple of tabs on it so far. I haven't played with it that much. We can probably take that down for right now. So this is Learning Tableau 2025. Ooh, look at that, already outdated. I'm just kidding. He doesn't do a new edition every year, so this one is still good for a while. But this is by Josh Milligan through Packt Publishing. And I mean, this is kind of the Bible of the basics of Tableau. All right. So I've got a couple. We've got Marlene Meyer, which is mastering Tableau. So you see the slight wording difference there. Learning Tableau, more kind of entry level stuff. Mastering Tableau, which I won't reach for because I'll probably yank my my microphone cord out. But that is a little more higher level, a little more kind of integration and doing some more advanced stuff. But if you are a beginner Tableau learner, this is probably the best thing that you can get right here. All right, look at that pro job holding it. Got the sponsor right there. So the folks at Packt that send me these lovely free books and enable me to create content around their stuff, they have enabled me, given me the awesome power of giving away 2 ebooks, e-versions of this tonight. So let me know in the chat. What's up? Hi from Cleveland. Hey, Helen Shear. What's going on? Helen and I were supposed to get together for a cup of coffee and a high five when I was in Cleveland, and we both plumb forgot about it. So bad on both of us. But at some point when I go up to visit my in-laws in Cleveland, we will get together. Funny that Helen's here. I actually just, if anybody here is in the Eastern North Carolina region, I actually just pulled the trigger on, I've swallowed my pride, and we're going to do another local meetup here in the Jacksonville, North Carolina area. So if anybody here is from the local area, I'm kind of, putting the line out there to see about another local meetup. It didn't go over that well. I only had like 2 people show up last time, so I was a little punchy, and then I was writing my book and everything. But I'm ready to dip my toe in the water. New year, new me. So we're gonna meet people in person. Okay, we're gonna get out there and make friends. I actually put together a pretty good piece of content today. Not really the topic of the day, but I put together a pretty good piece of content today about 5 things that can help you ease your transition into a new job field, whether that's data analytics. Obviously, I'm analytics focused, but hey, Muskan and Aaron from Nashville, Tabitha from Lubbock, Texas. Look at that, we're killing it. All sorts. Welcome everybody. But yeah, I put out something that'll probably be out here this week. I've got a pretty full week, which I'll tell you about briefly. But probably be out there sometime this week about easing transition. So people coming into data analytics, easing easing your pain. People switching from one job, people coming out of the military, even if you're not going into data, even if you're not going in any technical field, how do you tackle the immediate problem of getting into a new field and donning that mantle, accepting the identity of your new job? When do you rate to do that? Are there any kind of fine lines to be careful about there? So should be pretty good. It's you can't see it. It's well, you can see a little bit of it, but it's this marker board over here, just covered with schmutz. And I did a little walk and talk today. So have that to look forward to. What is up, Michelle? Good to see you. Yeah, all I see on my screen is, oh, it's funny, like some people show up as, I wonder if it's like LinkedIn insiders. I don't know. So I got Muskan and Aaron show up on my screen on StreamYard, but everybody else just says LinkedIn user. So I have to look down at my phone here. I'm not playing Candy Crush. I'm actually just looking at your names there so I can call them out and welcome you. But welcome everybody. Um, Okay, so I've had a great day. I've got, some new mindset things for the new year. I'm really into uh, a writer named W. Clement Stone. If anybody's familiar with him, he's the Do It Now guy. He was best friends with Napoleon Hill, who wrote Think and Grow Rich. And this today, Sue and I went to some friends and we did vision board. So mine's not quite finished, but you can see, look at it. That's an analyst vision board right there. Look at how like geometric and pleasing to the eye it is. Anyway, everybody else was making these wild and crazy like diagonal words and whatnot. I'm like, that just makes my eye twitch looking at it. But okay, so cool. Enough about me, enough preamble. Let's get down to what we've got here today. What I want to do is just kind of play a little bit with this book. And I've been toying with the idea of making a little bit more content around some of these books that Packt sends me. It's a question of finding the time for it. I have the luxury, the blessing. Sometimes it's a bit of a curse, but I have way more ideas of cool things to do than I have time to do them. One of my mentors is fond of saying, "You have all the time in the world, but you have no time to waste." I love that. That's a saying I'm trying to live by more. Um, but yeah, I really have some good ideas for content, some stuff that I don't think is being done out there, some things that I'm really excited about. I just have to knuckle down and carve out the time for them. Time is going to be at a premium for me here the next week or so because my oldest son, my baby boy Ryan, is getting married on Saturday. So very bittersweet. Very excited about that. You may have seen the post the other day. I got my uniform out to make sure it still fits because I'm too cheap to rent a tux or buy one. The hell with that. Um, yeah, that's a vision dashboard right there. Amen, Helen. Absolutely. Stores, Connecticut, home of the Huskies. Cool. Good to see you, Brian. Okay, so let's get right into it. So I don't know if any, first things first. Okay, so there is a giveaway at the end. I've got the little, I found the little internet spinny wheel thing so we can be super. I thought about making like an Alteryx workflow that would have like a random number generator. I didn't, yeah, I was like, no, we're not doing that. Anyway, I'll do the little spinny thing. We'll put all your names on it. If you would like to be eligible to win the free book, I have two copies to give away. They're e-copies, so don't. I'm not shipping this brick off. I'm lucky they even send me one. But I have two e-copies to hand out. All you got to do if you want to be eligible, just throw the word book in the chat wherever you are. If you're on YouTube, I'm pretty sure we don't have anybody watching on Facebook. Like Facebook is an absolute like graveyard for data analysts. But anyway, um, as a guy that once tried to, hey, yeah, Michelle's here. As a man that once tried to organize a Facebook group for my data analytics class, trust me, you don't want to go there. But anyway, we're streaming to Facebook anyway. So if you're partial to Facebook, go look up Major Data over there and you can get it. I can't stream it to my. Hey, we got one. There you go. Helen wants the book. Cool. Okay. So once we get to the end of this show, which I think we're going to be here for a half hour or so, but here in the next sometime within the next half hour, I'll load up the spinny wheel of greatness, and we'll see who wins the book. And if Aaron and Helen are the only ones, oh look, we got three. Yep, four. All right. Now we got to do the spinny wheel. Helen, Muskan, Aaron, Tabitha. All right, good to go. Okay. So, but if anybody's, I know that some of the people here are they're Tableau users. Okay, so I don't need to walk you through like how to download it or any of that. But if anybody's an absolute brand new, like never used Tableau, I know that I've been connecting lately with a lot more new analysts. I had let my networking efforts slide for a while there, and I really kind of want to boost that up. I've got some pictures on there and some little sayings. My networking efforts are ramping back up because you just always need new people, right? Meeting new people, it keeps the mind fresh. So let's take a look. Do we need it that big? Yeah, why not? More of Tableau and less of me is a good thing. Okay. So I was thinking about I may do some content where I actually walk people through like nuts and bolts. How do you download the free Tableau? Um, I'm not going to do that here tonight. I will at some later date. I will upload that as like a YouTube, maybe a short, but I'll upload that to a YouTube video. But for tonight, hey, tableau.com/product/desktop/download. You do have to establish an account on Tableau, and you get on there, and you will get a 2-week free download. Now, you didn't hear this from me, but you can get as many free downloads as you have email accounts. And how hard is it to get another email account? It's not hard. The other thing is, I was toying with the idea of maybe just doing this. This book is set up for Tableau Desktop. Um, and so if you choose to use the free cloud version of Tableau Public, um, you get a lot of limited functionality. There are a lot of things that you can't do. And so I don't know how much of this book you could actually accomplish in Tableau Public. I toyed with the idea of using that so that kind of everybody could participate freely. Hey, Michelle, cool. Michelle wants a book. But I went ahead and downloaded Tableau Desktop. I didn't have it installed on my machine, but went ahead and grabbed it. It took 5 minutes. It's super easy. So anyway, here it is, just tableau.com, and it's pretty easy just to figure out. Here, let's go back to the home page. Tableau.com, products, Tableau Desktop, start a free trial, and that's it. Okay, and you just got to put in your, and for some reason Salesforce loves to like log you out of stuff, but anyway, so I did that earlier. If you do that, it will take you 5 minutes, and like I said, I will make a brief piece of content. If I'm doing Tableau content soon, I'll make a brief piece of content on soup to nuts, like how do you download the free version. And then maybe I'll do some, seeing what the difference is with Tableau Public. Who knows? We'll see how much time I carve out. All right. Hey, Ruby, my dog has come to visit me. All right, so we'll close that out. And then you do have to go here. This is listed in the book. This is one of those things where it's like, if you have the e-copy of the book, this is super easy. You just copy paste this into your address bar. I'm a fan of hard copies, so when Packt wants me to review a book, I make them send me a hard copy every time, but then I have to type this thing in, and I'm a terrible typist. So anyway, it's on GitHub. This is where you get all of the files. All I did for this one is I brought in the chapter 1 file, and we'll talk about why here in a second. But uploaded all of that. Chapter 1, you've got the very well-worn Superstore, the CSV file, and then you've got the Tableau packages, TWBX files, starter and complete. There really is like, there's like different panes you'll see in a second, and there's really only like 1 or 2 moves to be done on each one. But I'll kind of putz through a couple of them, and maybe we'll we'll get just enough to throw the dashboard together, and then we'll hand out some free books and we'll call it a night. All right. So I did download those, and here they are. So there's chapter 1 starter. Let's go ahead and open that bad Larry up. There we go. And I love Tableau's thing where they warn you every time. Your product trial ends in 14 days. Oh no. Oh, come on. Now my computer was freezing earlier, so hopefully it's not doing that now. Come on. Just exit out of that. Okay, cool. All right, so here it is. Tableau desktop, my fresh download. Why are you all zoomed in all weird? Oh, hold on. This is why I should have troubleshot this. 1 second here. We're just switching monitors. Stop screen. My mentors in the Marine Corps would say this is why we do rehearsals. Entire screen. That one there. Share. Oh, so much better. Now that's still a little weird, but anyway. Okay, the only other option is the extra wide monitor. It's cool. I'll talk you through it. Don't worry about it. The only problem is I can barely see it. Give me 1 second. Sometimes this works. Nope, that sometimes is not today. All right. Well, hopefully you can see it well enough. We'll play with it real quick. Obviously, I have some screen resolution issues that are like only on Tableau because everything else is working fine. All right. So I'm going to work through the book just a little bit. Now we got a couple of screens down here that I can barely see. Okay, so we've got measured dimensions. Let's at least widen this out a little bit. Boy, that is tiny. Weird. Anyway, see if there's something in settings I can play with. Talk amongst yourselves for a second. Yeah, okay. It's good. I'll just squint real hard. Okay, so first things first is, so it does talk you through how to connect to data. So you can click this little home button, which is incredibly tiny, and then this right here. So if you want to connect to data, can I zoom? Give me 1 second. I don't think this works on StreamYard, but we shall see. Oh, it does work. Look at that. Okay. So tricks that I learned as a full-time instructor. All right. So you can obviously connect to different files here. Like let's say if we wanted to play with Superstore, let's do that right now. So where did I put this thing? Tricks, social media, maybe. Yeah, it's in there. Okay. Okay, so zoom back in, connect to a text file because that's what CSV is. Alteryx social media. 260111 Tableau party, and there's the Superstore file, and that will load up that CSV. Now, okay, zoom back out. So you can see this interface here looks a little different. So I have not really played with this too much, but it's different. But then if you want to go into to playing with it, you just go sheet 1 is this one right here. You've got your, zoom in a little bit so we can see or not. There we go. Okay, so you've got your you've got your measures and you've got your categories. It goes through that in the book, kind of the whole, yeah, the whole first chapter is like soup to nuts. So it's like how to connect to data, what are the things on the screen, and then sort of the definitions of some basic graphs, right? Yeah, measures and dimensions. Why do I always forget the dimensions? Anyway, so measures, quantifiable things, numbers, and then dimensions is categorical things. So in the example here, it shows we want to make a bar graph of the sum of sales by region. So we're going to grab sales here, and we're going to put that into the rows. That gives us one big bar because it's one big number because it defaults to summing the continuous variable. And so let's go get region here, make it something at least a little bit more interesting. Zoom out, widen it a little bit. And you can see there's 4 regions in this data set. Of course, it will make that seem like absolutely impossible to find. Everybody's watching this like he's squirming. Yeah, I am. All good. But anyway, if you can see this down here, central, east, south, west, and then you can see the quantities for each of those. Now, it's not terribly fascinating. Some other things in the book will take you through, you can reorder here. Go zoom in up top. You can pivot it from a vertical to a horizontal bar chart. Quite thrilling. Okay. So the book will talk you through data types and graph types and all of that sort of good stuff, and then it'll launch you straight into the actually modifying things. So going between charts. So let's go ahead and so it goes into bar charts in the. Let's see which one it says here. See handles for Superstore. Go to sales by department right here. All right, sales by department. And what do we want to do? We want to bring the sales field from the data pane to the column shelf. Okay. All right, so now we got it horizontal, 1 bar, and then we want to break it down by department. So just the same thing. We're taking it, instead of doing it by region, now we're doing it by department. So you can see the numbers for furniture, office supplies, and technology there. Now, if you want to take that further, so we're going to go bar chart 2 levels. So you can see we got the same thing. And so each of these steps with this chapter 1 in the book, where it's just taking you like kind of 0 to hero, is each of these panes here, sales by department does step 1. Then when you click over to bar chart 2 levels, it's going to start you where you were before and then just have you take it one more step. I don't think I've ever seen this in another instructional book. I really like it. It seems like a pretty effective way to do. Is there anything Albert Bellamy can't do? How much time you got, Matt? Okay. But let's go. What do they want us to do? So if we wanted to categorize it by 2 things. So right now we're doing sales by department. What if they're like, hey, I really like that region thing. Let's break that down too, says the stakeholder, annoying the crap out of you. So there you go. You've got the furniture department. How is it selling in region? And then stakeholder says, yeah, it's okay, but I really want to see it like by the regions broken down by departments. And you roll your eyes. Don't roll your eyes, but but you just reverse the 2. Ah, come on. Don't do that. There we go. Now, if you just take this pill and you drop it prior to that one, it will work. I just futzed it up. So there you go. Now we got region by department. So it's the other way. And it's like, can I see most to least? Yep, there you go. Just click that button at the top. And then for each higher hierarchy category, which in this case is region, you're going to see the departments from most to least. Or if the finicky stakeholder says, nah, let's go the other way. There it is. Okay. I'd really like it vertical. There you go. Okay. So I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing. That means you've got that stakeholder like standing over your shoulder, like, no, do that. No, move that there. Sometimes it's best to just say, hey, like, can you just piss off and come back in 20 minutes and I'll have it done for you. But then they have to give you clear guidance. Good luck with that. Okay, so what we had here before. Now we want to do a stacked bar chart because boy, don't stakeholders love their stacked bar charts. So they say, I just want to see the department bars, but can we do a stacked bar chart by region? Sure we can, in various different ways. So right here, we're going to take this one, the region pill that we want to take out, and we're going to drop it here on color. And so here we've got a little legend here by which region is showing what, and you can see each department. The central is the blue. Now, bar charts are notoriously difficult to compare between categories because realistically, you can see, okay, what is this teal one? West. I can see the comparison between the West and how they're selling in each department. And you can probably figure out this South one here. You can just hover over for the tooltip. As you go up, it becomes harder and harder. You could probably figure out the blues here, the centrals. Um, the orange ones, which one's the biggest? Not really good for that. So, but you can do various things with it. You can do a side by side color bar chart. So I'm not going to mess with that. But you can kind of see some of this. I'm looking at the screen. I'm like, man, that looks horrible. With it all zoomed in and me right in the middle of the graph. Okay. So basically the thing takes you all the way through, and now we don't have to play with all of them, but you've got things going over time. You've got a map. Let's do the map one. Maps are fun. Filled maps. Again, I got to zoom in. Which one? I didn't even rehearse with this earlier, so we'll all learn together. Okay, sales by state. Come on now. Can you select that one? Yeah. Oh, did we freeze? My machine has been doing very strange things today. Oh, there we go. Now we're moving. We can only click one at a time. That seems odd to me. Okay, maybe we aren't going to do the map. Okay. Look at that. I teased you. Stare at that thing. Okay. Maybe we just skip straight to the dashboard because this chapter goes all the way straight through. The last section is literally called putting everything together in a dashboard. So let's give that a try and we'll just build it. Navigate to the SuperSource sales sheet. Can I select that? Of course not. 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves. Live events are the greatest, aren't they? Hey, my mouse cursor's gone. My machine is in open revolt. I'll tell you why this is briefly, as you contain your disappointment. Nope. Okay. Yeah, I got the yellow border around the screen, which means the zoom it has gone absolutely haywire. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it's not going to happen. All good. We'll just go ahead and let's give some books away. It's going to be my greatest live event of all time. As you stare at my desktop. There's nothing weird on there, I don't think. Okay. It's my last chat project. All right. Wheel of names. There it is. Aptly named. All right. You can see I was testing it earlier with A, B, C, D. Okay. So last chance. Anybody that wants a shot at the book, you got to throw book in the chat. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay. So I got Helen. Right now, she's the only one on there. I'm just kidding. Muskan. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. If not, feel free to correct me. Aaron. That's an easy one. Tabitha. Another easy one. Hey, Tabitha. Michelle. Mabel. And Aditya. Internal eye rolling says Helen. Yes. That is the eye rolling that we want when the stakeholder asks for something silly. All right. If there's anyone else, I don't see any contributions from YouTube, so I don't think I'm missing anything over there. I've got Shara in at the buzzer. Boy, if Shara wins, everyone is going to be very put out. Okay, so we've got 7 contenders for 2 free books. Cool, that is it. Let's go. All right, so first winner, click to spin. No whammies. It was almost Shara. Helen is our winner, I think. Stop rolling. There we go. Helen. Congratulations. Okay. Helen, Helen and whoever, unnamed as yet, winner number 2, just send me a DM to remind me because I will probably forget. Oh boy. Am I trying to sign into Google? I'm not going to shout upstairs at my wife, but it's probably her. Helen, send me a DM, remind me that you are a winner, or take a screenshot or something, or I can take a screenshot. Yeah. I'm taking a screenshot. There we go. Helen hath been screenshotted. All right. So let's remove Helen because I'm not sending 2 ebooks to Helen. And now you got a 1 in 6 chance. Let's do it. Ooh, so close. Adidia is our winner. Okay. Let's do this. Let me take one more screenshot so I don't forget. Come on, screenshot machine. Oh, my cursor's gone. There we go. Okay. All right. Technical issues all complete, I think. Look at that. The site is blocked content. I love it. Anyway, this is my work computer, by the way. I didn't see anything weird on that. Maybe people are using that for gambling. Okay. Helen and Adidia, yeah, please send me a DM just to remind me, and I will, I got to forward your information. I mean, you just got to send me like an email, I think. So if that's just on your, come on. There we go. Okay. So if that's just on your contact on your LinkedIn profile, I'm more than capable of going and grabbing that. Sorry, Dixie. We already gave them away, but I appreciate you joining us. And go ahead for whatever it's worth to go back and watch the video. Hey, thanks everyone for joining me here tonight. Yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn. You can tell me that I suck at Tableau or whatever, and I don't deserve my desktop certification or whatever it was I got 2 years ago. It's probably about time to renew that. Huh. Anyway, anybody that enjoys Alteryx and has an Alteryx certification, fun fact, we are coming out with an all new certification program. So I'm excited about that because that was probably the first real data analytics certification that I earned, and certainly the only one that I really maintained with any amount of consistency. But okay, cool. Yeah, thanks, Dixie. Yeah, we'll get in touch. But yeah, those are the winners. Suzanne Bellamy, you got a copy of the book right here. You can come borrow it any time. Anyway, my wife, it's being silly. But yeah, but if you really want to learn Tableau, no. Anyway. Cool. Okay. Well, hey, thanks everybody for coming to join me. It has been a long time since I did a live event, so I love with you folks. I was a little nervous. We were running around doing there it is, vision boards and things like that today, and it was a full day. But yeah, I hope those of you that like my content, you can look forward to more of it soon. Because that's one of my goals for the year is be a little bit more consistent and a little bit more value. I don't know, you probably can't see it below the 2026 there, but my word for the year is service. Because I feel like I'm at my best when I'm trying to serve people, the people of my church, the people of data analytics, the people of LinkedIn, the people of my family, whatever. So I got a lot of things on there about, hey, let's let's get into an attitude of service. Yes, Aaron, yay for Alteryx certs. I agree. But anyway, so part of that for me is being more consistent with the content that I put out, being more positive. I feel like my content is pretty positive anyway. But I've had a few kind of, poke you in the chest kind of things here and there. I want to get away from that. I have no rivals. I have no competitors. The things that I do, I'm the only one doing them. And so I hope you guys can. My wife's got jokes all of a sudden. She just want to helicopter in here in the last 5 minutes and just derail the whole thing. Anyway, I hope everybody here has some New Year's, if you do resolutions or if you do goals or if you do plans. Wife and I do challenges. Some kind of rules for living. I hope you're living in those, and I hope you're going forward optimistically. And yeah, hope you like the content. If you got any ideas for me, fire them on over, and I am super receptive. All right. Thanks for that event. Love the word of the year. Thank you, Tabitha. Very positive. All right. Everybody, have a great night, and I will see you at our next event, hopefully. Now, if I can find my end stream button, there it is. Did I get it? No. Got it. All right.